guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. So today I'm so happy to be able to do another comparison video. Today I'm going to be showing you the Daydream Alter Ego versus the new Nudes by Huda Beauty. Do you want to see what this is? If this is an exact dupe, if it will save you a whole lot of money, if it is just a waste of money, do you want to see what my opinion is and how I created this look using both of these palettes? Stay tuned. Okay, you guys. So this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to tell you until the very end which eye is which. So I'm going to be holding these up in different areas because I'm not trying to get you to guess off of where the palette is. I want you to guess off of how my eye look is and what you think. So throughout the course of this, as you're looking at my eye look or when I do the eye look, comment down below and let me know, what do you think is on my right eye versus my left eye? Is my right eye the Alter Ego or is my right eye the Huda Beauty palette? Vice versa. And then at the end of the video, I will reveal to you which one it is, because on my last comparison, I had one of my amazing subscribers say, "This was so fun, but next time, do you think you could not tell us which is which and have us guess?" So this is for you. Now you guys get to guess which one it is. Don't edit your comment. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. There is no right or wrong answer because this is a dupe palette. They're very, very similar on the skin. I can't even really tell a difference between these two. The last two that I did a comparison on, the main brightest color, I could definitely tell one was more of a magenta versus more of like a fuchsia, kind of like more like a burgundy versus a fuchsia. So you could see the difference in the brightest color, but that was like the only color difference. Today, I can't really see a difference between the colors. So I'm so excited to be able to do this, to share my feelings and my experience with these two palettes. And I'm so excited to see what you guys are going to come up with. If you think that my right eye is the Huda Beauty or that my right eye is the Alter Ego and vice versa. Sorry, my ear itched. So definitely comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are and we'll see if you are right. So let's go ahead and start off by comparing the two palettes. When you hold them side by side, this time they are exact. I'll turn this one this way. They are an exact size comparison. Now, when you go thickness, they look almost exactly the same size as well. The Daydream palette is 16.2 grams. The Huda is 19.7 grams. Now, when you open them up, they're very similar. The Huda Beauty has a slight larger mirror, which I don't care about the mirrors because I don't use the mirrors. So the mirrors are irrelevant to me, but some do care about it. So the mirror comparison is mirror for mirror. This one just has a slight wider border, but other than that, the mirrors are exactly the same. And then when you look at the palettes, now my Huda Beauty I've already used several times and I already did review this one for you guys. And now I'm so glad that I can do them both. Dun, dun, dun. Now, of course, the colors are out of order and some are not the exact same color in the pan, but again, they worked the same on. So here is a side by side for the different colors. It took me, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to figure out about 5 or 6 of the shadows because they were so different. And I'm like, is this supposed to be a dupe from this one? Because some of them, yes, I can tell exactly what they are. But then there was others that it literally took me a while to figure out which one I would say would be the dupe of that color. And I'm gonna basically kind of give you a little example. Now, on the Huda Beauty, this one right here is Play, which matches up to Bubbly right here. So if I put those two together, you can see one looks more of like an orange and then one looks more of like a peach. But there is a difference. Sorry, I'm trying to get it closer. there is a difference between those two colors for sure. And then like Teddy versus Sunkissed. So here's Teddy, and there is, let's see, Teddy versus Sunkissed, those two right there. This one on this palette is way darker, and that is the Daydream. That is a way darker color. I wouldn't even have thought those two matched up together, but I couldn't match them up with anything else. And then like this one right here is called Lace, like this lavender color. It matches up with Celestial, which is more of like a, let me see if I can get these kind of together. See if you can see the difference between that one and that one. This is way darker, and this one looks more of like a lavender. So I would never have thought those two matched up, but that's the only thing that I could come up with. I don't know, there's just a few of them that I'm like, ew, is that the color? But when they performed on my face, they're the same color. So I did write them down, the comparison. So when I grabbed the one from the Huda Beauty palette, I knew which one to go with the Alter Ego and vice versa. So now I still haven't told you which eye is which, and I will tell you that at the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the swatches and compare each one. I'm gonna just go, there's 3 rows, so I'm gonna go row by row and do a comparison of both of them for you guys. So hold on. Okay, so here is the very first row, and starting here over, now the top is Huda Beauty and the bottom is Alter Ego. So starting from here, I have Bare versus Glow. I have Crave versus Star-Crossed. I have Play versus Bubbly. I have Fantasy versus Dreamer. Love Bite versus Sugar Plum. And Spanked versus Enchanted. Those pretty much look exactly the same. Now this one, I did say the one looked more orange in the pan, but when you actually swatch it and perform it, it matches perfectly. So here is the top row and what I matched them up with, and I think those are exact comparisons. So let me go ahead and get the second row for you. Okay, you guys, so here is my second row, and what I did with this one is, now here is the lace. That is that light lavender color that I said the Alter Ego one looked darker, but honestly, I like the way the Alter Ego one is because this one from Lace is very dry. I don't remember it being that dry, so I don't know if it just dried out because I've had it for a few months now, but my Huda palette for this color and for the Tickle was way drier, and the Alter Ego ones are way creamier and they just performed better. That's just my own opinion. So starting on this row, I matched up Lace with Celestial. I think that's how you say it. Then I have Daydream versus Fairy Tale. Tickle versus Sunset. Excite, this glitter right here is Excite versus Cosmos. Infatuated is this glitter versus Starlight. And then I have Kinky versus Twilight. So there's that, and they're pretty much exactly the same, like I said, except this one is a little bit darker and creamier, and these are just a little bit more drier in the Huda palette, or drier. So there's that row. Okay, you guys, so here is the last row. Starting with the top again is Huda. This is Alter Ego. So we have Concealed versus Conceal. That's the concealer. Then we have Secret versus Sunkissed. Teased versus Dusk. Raw versus Daybreak. Charmed versus Cloud 9. And Teddy versus Fawn. That's what I matched them up to, and that is the closest that I could find between all of the different colors. Okay, you guys, so that is all of the different swatches compared side by side, row for row, and how I matched up one palette versus the other for the different colors. I may have one or two of them wrong, I don't know, but I matched them up to the best of my ability. Like I said, it was a lot harder to figure out the colors this time because the Alter Ego's pigment looked darker in the pan. So it was a little bit more challenging for me, but I think I did pretty well matching the colors up. They looked exactly the same, especially when swatching them. So now what I do have to say is now going from my Huda Beauty versus the Daydream, where I can have them side by side and actually touch them, get my fingers in them, both comparing them together. I have to say my Huda Beauty palette is kind of disappointing me. This one I loved. I was so glad to have this. This is $65 and I was so glad to finally actually have this. I had a gift card at the time. That's how I bought it. But I was so excited to have this. I swore by this. I love this palette. I do. But now that I'm going side by side, I've got to say that the powder formulas in here on the mattes, they're so stinking dry. Like, I literally have indents in, like, I don't know if you can see this. Love Bite literally has, let me see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Can I? Let me turn my lights off for a second. See that big indentation and these indentions? All of these have huge indentions in there. And I don't have that with the Daydream palette just yet. I've only used this a couple times and it just, their formulas are just so dry that it's taking a lot of the actual product out of the pan. And I haven't used this that much to already have that many big old dimps and dumps, big old gouges taken out of it. And then swatching them side by side, the Huda palette is a lot drier. It was. The Daydream palette was a lot creamier. I feel like the Daydream palette performed better. Now, I don't know if it's because this I just opened right now and my Huda Beauty palette has been sitting on my shelf for a few months. I mean, it's not that old, but it's a few months old. So I don't know if in time these palettes will dry up and be exactly the same. I don't know. But as of right now, I can say my Huda palette is drying out. They are dried out. And I would say side by side, what would I prefer? If I had to rebuy these, I would just buy this one because this is $18 versus $65. And these are so creamy. And I feel like I got the same pickup, the same type of pigment came off of both of them. The blendability was the same. Everything pretty much was exactly the same. Like I said, there was a few that seemed darker in the pan, but when you put them on your skin, they were exactly the same color. Why it looks a little different in the pan versus the other one, I'm not quite sure, but the performance was exactly the same. So I can't get around that. They were exactly the same. Can I tell the difference between them? I can't. I know which one I did and I will tell you guys soon, but I cannot tell the difference between the two different eyes. Can you? Can you guys honestly see a big difference or any type of a difference, even a slight difference between the two eyes? Have you figured out which palette I used on which eye yet? I am so curious to find out what you guys think. Let me tell you. But I am so glad that I bought this Daydream palette. I bought this palette myself and then I went to them and said, hey, do you guys have any kind of a code? So if I do this video, I can pass down some type of a code to my viewers. I'm thinking they just might have their normal like welcome something like some companies do, but they actually generated my own code, which is SheCrafty, which I'm so thankful for. So I have my own code for them. Again, it's SheCrafty, and that'll get you 10% off anything in their site. They have several different palettes. This is my second one that I have now tried from them. I'm so pleased with this palette. Let me tell you, they even have lashes and other things. So definitely I'll link them down below. You can check them out and SheCrafty will get you 10% off. But right now I am literally saying I prefer the Daydream palette over the Huda palette because these are creamier. The pigment is a little bit, I don't know, it seems like it's brighter or deeper. And I feel like the Daydream palette performed better than the Huda Beauty palette. So that's just my own personal opinion. I'm gonna keep switching these because I don't want you guys thinking I'm favoring one versus the other yet. So I am Alter Ego, you get down with your bad self because this is an amazing palette. So I can't wait to do more comparison videos like this for you guys because when I did the Huda Beauty, when I did the first unboxing and swatches and try on with this guy, and I absolutely loved it. A lot of you guys did comment and said, I would love to have that, but I can't afford $65 plus shipping and tax and all of that. That makes this thing an expensive ass palette, let me tell you. But for $18 and you can get 10% off and this performs better, for all of you that wanted this palette, go get this palette. You're gonna get the same exact performance, color, pigment, the formulas, everything is going to be almost exact. So if you can't afford this, because a lot of us can't, definitely go grab this for $18 minus 10% off using my code. That is amazing. And again, they do have other palettes there. I want to kind of figure out what other ones that they have versus the dupe and then see if I have the original. And if so, then I'll buy the palette to do another comparison because I really did enjoy doing this video for you and the other one that I did up against the Natasha Denona palette, which I loved doing these. I never thought I would really enjoy doing a makeup tutorial because I am not a makeup artist. I'm just a makeup lover and I just show you guys what I do, what I'm comfortable doing on my own face to show you guys how it blends and how the colors look and how it picks up, blends, the pigment, all of that kind of thing. So I really liked doing this comparison. So if you guys want to see how I put this together and then find out which eye is which, then here you go. Okay, you guys, so I'm going with the lightest shade in both palettes and just going over and just starting my base. I just go over my entire lid, everything like you just saw. One side is going to be bare and one side is going to be glow. And again, I'm not telling you which one is which, but Huda Beauty would be the bare and glow would be from Alter Ego. So those are now both on and I believe they both did the same amount of coverage, the same color. Okay, so underneath my brow, I did Crave from Huda Beauty and Star Crossed from the Alter Ego side. Okay, so for that one on the Huda Beauty side, which is which, I used Secret, and from the Alter Ego side, I used Sunkissed. So those are the colors, and I'm looking down at a list because I kind of went through and wrote the Huda and then equals to the Alter Ego. So when I'm telling you the colors, I'm looking at my paper, I'm not looking at the palettes. So don't be sneaky trying to figure out which is which already. All right, so let's just keep on going. Now let me go ahead and go in with a little bit of a darker shade to this top part here. And so that is Tickle versus Sunset. And in the pan, again, one color looked a lot darker. It was hard for me to kind of figure out these two colors, to be quite honest, but they look like they're performing exactly the same amount of pickup, the same amount of coverage, the same amount of pigment. Everything so far is seeming pretty well. Let's keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. All right, so now I want to go in with a deeper. Yes, I want that deeper color. I want to deepen in my colors. Okay, so let's deepen this up a little bit here. Can you see a difference so far? Because I can't. So the two colors that I just added right now was Love Bite from Huda versus Sugar Plum from Alter Ego. So right there, I just added a little bit of just a lighter color to the top. I used Teddy from Huda and Sunkissed from Alter Ego. Okay, so on my lower lid, I went in with Daydream from Huda Beauty versus Fairy Tale from Alter Ego. And then I kind of went in just in the very center and kind of dabbled on some Kanki from Huda and Twilight from Alter Ego. So there's that. And now I'm going to go dabble back into Love Bite versus Sugar Plum, just to kind of deepen in this midsection of hair.
Okay, so let me get a little bit of eyeliner and mascara going on. Hold on.
Okay, so now on my lower lash, I'm going in with Sugar Plum versus the Love Bite. Versus Tease and Dusk in the front. Okay guys, so I use my normal NYX eyeliner that I use all the time. And then I tried out this Charlotte Tilbury, this tiniest little mascara, because why? It came in that expensive ass advent calendar that I got. So I might as well at least try the little guy. And then on my lips, I went ahead and put this Loralac. And I'm not sure if this color is Douches or Dutches. I can't really read that tiny little font, but it's something like Douches or Dutches. I don't know. It's one of the two. So that's the lip color I chose to put on, just something kind of natural with a slight pink to it. I had my Marc Jacobs one here that I really like, but that would, maybe I'll give it a little bit darker color. Hold on. Okay guys, so can you tell the difference? This is your last time. Comment down below. Let me know which side is which. Do I have the Huda on my right eye or on my left eye? Do I have Alter Ego on my left eye or my right eye? You guys, let me know down below. What do you think? Which eye is better? Which eye is which? What do you think, you guys? So, my left eye, my right eye. Which one is which? Okay guys, so that is how I created this look using both palettes. Now, do you want to find out which eye is which? Dun 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 dun. Here's both palettes. Does it go this way? Does it go this way? Which one is it? Which one is it? It is like this, you guys. My right eye was done with the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette, and my left eye was done with the Alter Ego Daydream Palette. I feel like Bullwinkle. What do you know? What do you know? So this is my Huda side, and this is my Daydream side, you guys. Did you get it right? No editing your comment. Did you get it right? Now, I honestly think both palettes performed exactly the same. They both had the same pickup. They both had the same amount of coverage. They had the both amount of same of a pigment. Now, some of the Daydream were a lot harder for me to match up to the Huda palette because these seemed a lot darker in the pan. But when you put them on, they actually performed exactly the same. I can't really tell the difference other than I know which eye that I was doing. I was doing Huda and Daydream, so I know which way I was doing it. But looking at them on my eyes, I really cannot see a difference at all. I think that's amazing. So comment down below, you guys. Now leave me another comment. Did you get it right? Were you right? If so, congratulations, you got it right. If not, it's just that close of a freaking palette that it's hard to tell. So it's okay if you got it wrong because it's okay. They look exactly the same. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. Yet I had so much fun doing another comparison for you guys. Comment down below, let me know which palette did you like. Again, I do have SheCrafty that can get you 10% off your order from Alter Ego. This is now my second one. If you want to see how it held up against the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette for their new Aurora palette, I will link that right here if I remember. Somewhere up here, I don't know if it shows here or here, but that is the first comparison that I did with Alter Ego. So there's two different palettes from Alter Ego that you can see that is compared to the more expensive one. I am greatly appreciated that they did come out with this because they're giving you an amazing palette that instead of spending $65 or more, you're paying less than $20. And if you use my code, you get 10% off. So that is amazing. So definitely if you want to check them out, the link will be down below. My code SheCrafty will save you 10%. That is awesome, you guys. I am so glad that I bought this palette and now I can have basically two of these palettes because they worked almost exactly the same. So I'm so excited. So again, comment down below. Let me know all your positive interaction. It means the world and I greatly do appreciate it. And until next time, you know that drill. Keep a smile on that gorgeous face of yours and I will see you on the next one. Bye.